Hey everyone, Oz here. Welcome back to the channel for some more mechabellum. Today I have a series for you, a best of 3, myself up against YUBAN. YUBAN, a very great player. He has a YouTube channel of his own, so there'll be a link down in the description, so be sure to check him out, give him some love. If you are not subscribed already, you should definitely do so. This is part of the Club Mecha League, which is a tournament league thing that's being put on by the player Egophobic, who you may know also was the winner of the Mecha Mini Masters tournament. And so we've got 16 players in this tournament, and we are about halfway through or something now, maybe a bit more. We're on round number 5. So YUBAN and I'm doing pretty well. I think I was 3-1 coming into this and only lost to Masao. And YUBAN is, I believe, 2-2 coming into this series. So important game. There are 7 rounds. Yeah, 7 rounds. And then the top 4 players in our bracket here will move on, as well as top 4 in the other brackets, which is an A and a B bracket. And then those players will all move on to the finals. So anyways, it's very important to get some wins here. And for myself, I want to keep the lead a bit. You know, I'm currently in 2nd place in the division. So for me, I want to maintain that. If I lose a game, then I'm going to be... YUBAN would have the same score as me, I believe, right? And then I'd also have the same score as a number of other players, so it'd be a much more difficult time to try to make it into the next round. But anyways, that's sort of the scoop on the sort of behind the scenes of what's going on here. But yeah, we are fortified spec, and we're up against Fire Badger spec. And we do go for the Hounds and the Mustang. Hound Mustang is a pack that some people say is just strictly awful, but I actually have been using them pretty effectively, I feel like. The one thing you are concerned about with this is potentially Vulcan or fire or something like that, because I do not actually run the armor tech on Hounds. So I am a little susceptible to fire. Fire Badgers, though, have a fairly low damage, so it's maybe not the worst. As long as I can maintain levels, I think it'll be okay. But anyways, round 2, I pick up the Redeploy, and YUBAN picks up the Extended Range Phantom Ray. In this case, because we're in a bit of a crossfire, what I'm going to do is I'm going to redeploy this guy that was over here, the Mustang, put him over here. This is going to protect me if there is some kind of air thing happening here. And it turns out there's an air thing happening right here. So we might actually... These are going to be safe with that extra range. And we're going to lose our Mustangs here, unfortunately. Tower timing is just a bit too late. Maybe we can keep these guys, though. Let's see. Did we buff this? No, it's still level 1. 1 ray goes down, but 2 alive, and now these Fire Badgers are roasting my Mustang. So no, it doesn't look like we're going to survive this round. But that's okay. That's okay. We're fine. We've built out our staircase of Hounds here. I will say as well, this series is going to go the full distance, and it's not going to be... I'm not going to play Hounds every game. Just so you're aware, if you're tired of seeing Hounds, stay tuned. We're going to see something else a little bit later. Tarantula, perhaps. But this game is weird anyway. YUBAN's going for more Fire Badgers here. That's the choice for the Chaff Clear, and mixing in the Void Eyes, and then also picking up the Saber. We're going to go for the Saber as well. These other units, I didn't want the Tarantula here. Wasp, maybe I could have gone Wasp, but I felt like the Saber could be good. We could put some pressure here, and like a Hound Saber is like a pretty good comp. I put this far forward because we have the redeploy in case we want to adjust something. I move this guy over, and we're gonna see, we're gonna try and pull this way. But unfortunately, yeah, this saber gets deployed here and we actually lose it right away. So feels kind of bad. We were trying to rush down that tower, but couldn't quite get it. And then our right side, we're getting shredded as well. So we actually got completely wrecked this round. And it's actually looking a bit scary here. Thankfully, we've got a lot of health to work with, but we take a significant chunk of damage there. Oh, excuse me. Laser sight offered. Probably too early for the ion. Yeah, we're gonna go for the laser. Laser, maybe on this Mustang. I mean, we're playing against the extended range Phantom Ray, so it would be good to have some extra range as well. So this 20 meters is going to help out with this 30 extra meters from the range of the Phantom Ray. One important thing to note about this choice here. So we already had 2 Mustangs, right, from our starter pack, and the Mustang is likely, like, we want to use that as our choice for our anti-air. Phantom Ray has armor. It can really shut down the Mustang. However, with the extended range, it has 40% less HP. So that may come into play. We're going to go for our Scorpion here. We sold out, and we're going to immediately sold out of the Saber. We do get a lock right away on that Saber. Let's slow this down a little bit. Now we've got a little bit more firepower with our army, and hopefully we're going to be able to shoot at these fire badgers. Looks like we're kind of losing in the middle here, the chaff a bit. So this guy not doing too hot, but this Scorpion's doing fairly well. Our top damage so far. We are just going to be able to take down that Ray. Might be a few too many crawlers here. Let's see if we can mitigate some of this damage. Yeah, a couple rays and a badger. Okay, okay. So we're still bleeding a bit here. Fang, Tarantula, Storm, and Wasp. Yeah, we just go for the Wasp here. I don't really like any of the other options. Fang's going to get just annihilated by the batters, and we've already got a chaff player here. So we're going to use the Wasp. That's going to help us a bit with the air as well. And here we go. So armor is chosen on the Phantom Ray. So this is going to make 120 damage block. Our Mustangs have less than that, even at level 2. We've only got +1 attack. We do have armor piercing available and aerial available. But the thing is, okay, yeah, this could be very dangerous. We're not going to be able to do enough damage here to the Phantom Ray. Our Mustang's going to be completely locked up. They're going to only be doing 1 damage. They're just going to tickle these guys, but they do have 40% less HP, so it could have been worse. There's a bit of an anti-synergy here. Let's see how this plays out. We're gonna be able to fix this chaff, maybe. Get a good shot there. Got level 2 crawlers here, actually. Beautiful shot over there. We're still getting swarmed a bit here. These level 2 crawlers are a bit too strong. And now we're gonna lose that Scorp. Yeah, you can see this. So that, it took a very long time for that Fire Badger to die. These guys are not taking pretty much any damage whatsoever. And this is when it can get a bit scary. I actually think Phantom Rays are really strong. The armor can completely lock you up. Now we're down under 2k. YUBAN still hasn't taken any damage yet. It's looking pretty dire here. So cards offered. There is a nuke, but I don't really want to spend money on nuke. I don't have giants. I don't need this. I've already got redeploy. Efficient light is like I don't need that. I'm up against the wall right now. So what can we do? How can we fix this problem? We do have level 2 Mustangs, so they do 80. We pick up aerial spec, that's going to increase by 90%, so that's what, 150-ish damage, which is going to put us 612 extra. It's going to put us over that threshold for the armor, so we're going to be doing 30-ish damage. And maybe we can pick up another attack too. Yeah, there we go. So now we're at 97. Let's round that to, you know, 100. With 90% is another 90, so 190. That's going to be looking a lot better. 120 is blocked. So 70 damage getting through per shot. That's not so bad. So thankfully we're able to buff our attack just enough that hopefully this works out. It's pretty expensive though, right? We had to get a tech, we had to get +2. We can get us some more crawlers here. And get a couple missiles. We ended up borrowing, and I think I was running out of time here, and I'm like, I just need to not die. Let's try not to die. Maybe we can get more levels on our Mustangs, and then we'll be okay. So it looks like we're starting to damage them a bit. It's not the worst thing ever. That one goes down. We do get a level on this guy. This Mustang. Oh, God. Okay, it's still alive. We can put some pressure on the tower, maybe? This tower's got pressure. It's only level 1. Okay, this right side now, we're able to clear a bunch of those wasps. Now we're hitting the Mustang, or sorry, the Ray. Are we going to be able to get a level here, too? This guy's under attack, too. I think we can get a level. This would be really good for us. Yes. Okay. So now we're not going to be stuck on these guys. And, it, you know, if they were not 40% less HP, I think they would have locked me up for long enough that my Mustangs would be kind of useless. So, thankfully, a bit less HP there. And then we very quickly get that advanced firepower. So, of course, I'm going to take that right away. Now we're at 217. We're well above any threshold that we need. We should have no problem getting through this armor now. And I am not required to take this armor-piercing tech. This is 700. We don't need to buy it. We got a lucky item. We're able to puncture through the armor now. So what now? We got levels on hounds. We picked up underground, or sorry, subterranean. Same difference on our crawlers. That's going to help us stay alive against the fire badgers and the Mustang. Very good tech. We still only got 2 scorpions, but in this case now we can level them up to 2. We are being annoying in both of the flanks here. Pulling all this stuff so that we can deal with the middle and then deal with whatever after. Oh, more Mustangs. Level 2 coming down. That's a lot of Mustang. Our board is not that scary, right? We've literally got like 2 scorpions, 2 Mustangs, and the rest is just whatever. I'm trying to line up with the redeploy here. A nice shot with the scorpion. And then we have some crawlers in front to protect us from missiles. This guy also, he's going to protect us from missiles here because we were getting missiled on this group. So it's okay if my scorpion gets missiled. So we end up protecting our whole, like our 2 packs there, which is great. Get a nice shot. Looks like it's hard to tell what's going on here. I think we're winning the chaff war. We're getting some severe damage down on these rays. They do not survive anymore, so that's great. We can puncture through them like butter at this point. And now our comp is starting to shine a bit. We got the Scorpion, we got the Mustang. And it looks like we're going to take a round here. Starting to claw our way back. Heavy armor, portable shield. What about Mass Phoenix? You go for the armor here. So when I'm looking at this board, I feel like I have a level 2 Scorpion. If I can put heavy armor on this guy, like it's pretty cheap and it gives us a lot more HP. These guys were surviving and tanking. And then besides the Phantom Ray, there's not a lot of damage on the board here. YUBAN goes for the acid here, which will help deal damage to the Scorpion. And we're having a bit of chaff problems, so I'm going to pick up Mech Rage. It's safe now to pick Mech Rage because we are protecting our hounds with these crawlers here. Because what happens with Mech Rage, right? They move faster as well, so sometimes they'll get too fast and they'll get killed by whatever. It changes the timing. So now they're safe. We're going to get another Scorp over here. What else? Some more chaff. And we've got all of our hounds now that we need. This is actually going to be a pretty good oil here. Not oil, acid. We do get a couple missiles. I'm trying to hit this guy. Like at only level 1, we can kind of pop it like right away. Yeah, there we go. Their stuff was protected by chaff, but that's really good for us. It's going to let our crawler survive a lot more, and then it's going to lock up the Scorpion, so hopefully that's not going to be able to hit us very well. Looks like YUBAN's going into the Mustang Scorp comp as well. But with the additional chaff clear from my hounds, that's looking really good for me. The Scorpion's even staying alive through that acid. And that's a fair bit of damage. Down to 1800 now. We've almost tied up the score. Another heavy armor offered. Also Assault Scorpion. Wow, actually, YUBAN picked that very, very quickly. I took a while to think about this. I remember I'm thinking like, oh, okay. In a mirror matchup in Scorpion, like it's not something that I play often. What happens with Assault Scorpion? Is it better to have the range, or is it better to have the speed and reduced attack interval? And I wasn't sure, and I thought, well, if it was offered and I didn't pick it, that might be a mistake. I need to try this. And if we can pick it, then we're going to be able to get closer, and maybe with armor, combined with the Assault Scorp, because it moves closer, we're going to use this as tank. We already have a tanky item on this guy. They're already level 2, level 3. We can redeploy that guy out of the way, and we can move this guy with a mobile beacon. So we're kind of good there. And the armor should help a lot against these Mustangs, I would hope. Level 3, 612, 18, 180. So it does prevent a lot of this damage here. Even at level 2, YUBAN does not have the same attack as me. I mean, it's different, I guess, because it's on the ground versus air. Air, we have the extra 90%. So it is more effective on the ground. Pretty high level hounds here, too. Alright, here's where it comes down to it. My Scorpions might just be too high level now. On all my stuff, just too high level. Looks like there's napalm here. Which is... I mean, our crawlers are underground, so they're kind of... Well, no, they're not really surviving, actually. There's a lot of napalm. It does clear up YUBAN's napalm a bit, too. Oh, this is a bit scary. There's a lot of units left for YUBAN here, and we're standing in oil. But actually, we push through, and actually this is armor that's doing a lot of the work here, keeping all of our Scorpions alive. The Scorpions do get in front of our Mustangs, so therefore they're able to tank everything. Works out really well for us. Tower goes down. Scorpions are going to walk in front and tank all the stuff. And we're going to pick up another round here. Managed to get in the lead finally. A huge sigh of relief that I'm not against Death's Door anymore. But now we've got a unit drop, and this is really important. We got to make sure we get this right. I sometimes throw the game choosing the wrong unit here. Feels bad. So what is safe? What can we do? I feel like we're kind of in the driver's seat now. What are we weak against? And what can we use to our advantage here? We end up going for the rhino. Ah, yes, this was the play that I thought of. So we were locking things up in the corners for a while. And I thought, well, maybe if I throw a rhino down there too, we can tie this up even further and maybe we can get a tower. The towers are only level 1. But I think I end up running out of money. I end up picking sweep to deal with that napalm. There was no oil yet either, so I was kind of worried there could be another oil. Or there could be oil thrown down. And then I want to protect my Mustangs, so we end up putting hounds on each of our Mustang packs here. Just to make sure that they sweep and stay alive. Move this guy just a little bit. YUBAN's gone for the melter with the range EMP. We get some bubbles, and I'm selling this guy to get those bubbles, which I think is really good here, because without these bubbles, I might have gotten EMP'd, which would be very bad for me. Whoops. Here we go, and we're able to we're trying to rush in here. This guy's taking a long time to die. Finally it dies, but we are on top of those melters here. Right side, how's the right side doing? Okay, left side's looking amazing though, and with that extra rhino buying us time to get that tower down, now we're able to overwhelm everything, and there's too many units here. The melter with its single target damage was supposed to be for the Scorpion, but we just had way too many things here, and we managed to take up the first game. Breathing a sigh of relief. I was up against the ropes for most of that game. I was on the back foot, so very difficult game, and somehow we barely managed to find a way. And I feel like a big reason for that was because I was able to just barely with aerial and +2 able to overcome those phantom rays without having to buy a different unit, like marksman or something. So we didn't have to like make our army weaker in order to get a different unit in order to overcome that, and sort of like have too many things that needed techs and whatnot. We managed to just, you know, buff our army that we already had enough that we could deal with it. And I think that the extended range Phantom Ray, while a great card for damage on the Phantom Ray, ended up not working out against the Mustangs here. Okay, let's jump into the next game. Here we are in game 2. What kind of packs we got here? Not the greatest. There is a missile spec with the sledge. This is okay, maybe, with the crawlers. YUBAN's got the giant with the... Oh, actually goes for speed here. I like that giant pack. The ball crawler. But it looks like... Yeah, we're gonna go for speed spec with that Saber Fang. And you know, Fang notoriously terrible into Hound, and knowing that I play Hound a lot, kind of interesting choice here from YUBAN. I was not expecting something like this. I'm also not sure, like, you know, like with Sabers, yeah, Saber Hound quite good, and usually want to pair that with Crawlers, so it may be a bit awkward with the Fangs here. Here we go, round 1. We do deploy in a headbutt, but one pack is over here. So we have the advantage in the headbutt, even though it's against Sabers. And we are able to overwhelm them. So we do manage to get a good round 1 win here. But are we going to be able to keep that going? All right, intensive offered here on round 2 with the sabers is pretty strong, but it's also pretty good with hounds as well. You can see YUBAN actually levels the hound, not the saber, which I thought was interesting. I was expecting the saber to get a level. And yeah, we're missile spec, so we're gonna try to missile something here. We do choose this side. I was thinking if he's gonna bubble, it would be like here. But it looks like actually this all could have been bubbled in one go, so we went for it anyway, just in case. I mean, you gotta, like, it's available, but it does get shielded. We're gonna try to protect this side. We get a level on our tower and 1 fang here. Just protects us in case shenanigans. I don't often do this with the fang, but in this case, I didn't want to be surprised here. And our money is a bit more awkward because we had that training, not training, the but yeah, the training spec thing. That cost us an extra 100. We do get that bubble, which is great. We're not going to win the round here, but getting that bubble feels good. Negative 100. So we're going to get a slight eco lead from that. That saber does get a level though. Improved Scorpion, not what you want. Fortified Farseer. Man, all this stuff is kind of meh. Elite Tarantula is actually kind of good, but in this case, going up into the sabers, like, no thank you. We're gonna missile again. Because there was a bubble last turn, I'm expecting maybe another bubble. So we're gonna just try to get this late crawler here. Then at least we get some value. But a good bubble again. We also immediately go for the chamber compression. Since we're kind of in a bit of a headbutt here, like the range doesn't matter that much. Like it does a bit, but felt like we needed a bit more damage. Chamber compression is also cheaper. There was no tech on the hounds here, and look, they do a lot more damage against those saber teeth. With the level on the saber, it should help. And in fact, it does help quite a lot. We're able to start running things down with these hounds, so we've actually got a really good position here. Levels as well. Very quick pick on marksman there. That's wild. YUBAN knew immediately what to do. And actually, this is the beginning of the mind games that I think end up start turning the game around for YUBAN. And yeah, you'll just have to see here. We go for the marksman. It's a safety pick. Helps us against air in case the wraith is chosen. I debated also the storm caller and maybe doing like storm tower or something, but it's selling one of them. So yeah. Chamber compression picked up here for the hounds as well. And then we go for a little bit of air, anti-air here on the right. It's going to help us against the assault marksman in our corners here. Which is kind of scary, actually. Level 3, it's going to come in here and just one-shot my dude. He just walks up. And so see you later. We get the tower in perfect timing so the marksman stays alive. It's a 1v1. Oh, but the assault marksman too strong. We do get the round there, but now what? Now what can we do? Go for the Rhino Assault. My thought here was we can use it to try and stomp on the marksman. Look how much HP that is, man. That's crazy. 30,000 HP for 150 bucks. And I think at this point I was not exactly sure how to proceed here. I know hackers are good against marksmen, but it kind of like, I don't know, I don't really want to build hackers back here. I was trying to think of a way to do this that wasn't too, like, I don't know, annoying. So we go for the Phoenix with the EMP. I thought maybe this could be a good way to do it. You turn, if you EMP the marksman, it loses all that extra HP. And because there's two Phoenix, like one shot will EMP, the next shot will just kill them. Seemed like a good idea to me. It's also kind of risky because the marksman can also just one tap both of them with assault mode too. So you need to make sure you have enough stuff. So I needed to put the crawler here. I can't remember if that was there. I think I just put it there to try and protect this. We don't have enough money to do everything, so we're not able to deflect this missile. Unfortunately, it does survive, and somehow that Rhino decides to miss. So I'm really disappointed in this Rhino. I thought we were safe. I mean, it turns out we are a bit, but yeah. Now we'll have to think about what to do next turn. We are getting overrun here now, though. I do also level up both my towers that turn. After seeing all the stuff on the flanks, I don't want to like lose this flank and then I just like walk over and tap my tower. So leveling the towers when you're getting flanked is kind of important. But yeah, in this case, we get that tower and I mean, we just don't have enough stuff. What's interesting too is like when the tower's down, these hounds are still charging their lasers, you know? Alright, units here, or sorry, item, whatever, nano laser sight. I pick up the nano. I think I went overboard here. And I think this is kind of a costly mistake. I already had an answer to this with the Phoenix. But then there was like some hounds being thrown down here too. And I was like, you know, I don't know if I can deal all this with the Phoenix. But I should have just like missiled. Like I don't think I need the level 2 Rhino here, especially with the armor. It's a bit overkill. But basically, I mean, like I spent a turn and I'm like, I just don't want to think about this anymore. I want to shut this down now. I want to shut it down hard and go back to doing other stuff. But in the meanwhile, like YUBAN's leveling the hounds. He's got 2 level 3 hounds now, so his hounds are actually outscaling mine. He's got range. I can't afford range because I've gone for these rhinos. This would have been a good turn for range. We're behind in techs on hounds, and that's only going to further get YUBAN's hounds ahead. So there doesn't quite get all of them. And yes, we do clean up the sides here. But there's also this one saber that's like level 3 now as well. And it's got that nano repair. We don't have enough damage to deal with it. This rhino is in a nice pack of crawlers here. Maybe we can kind of like... No, there's too many hounds. Oh my god, that's so much damage actually. Just a little too late on this tower here. If it was earlier, maybe that rhino could have made a miracle happen. But as it stands, not looking likely. This rhino as well. Big yikes. And now in this case, yeah, they have range and we don't, so we're kind of screwed here. There's only a couple units that shoot up, though. And actually, it looks like we can actually scam this round, so we're going to prevent some damage here. It's very good. Actually, are we? This Saber's not going to die. Level 1 Phoenix. Never mind, we're not going to be able to kill this level 3 Saber with Nano. No way. 10 seconds. Look at all this damage charging up. Alright. Arc, Raiden, Scorp, and Foon. YUBAN goes for Raiden. And we go for the Scorp here. I'm trying to play like how we did in the first game, but I'm already a little behind, so I don't know. I've also got like levels on these sledges. I was thinking maybe going into like armor or field maintenance. The hounds, I don't know. Maybe field maintenance would have been good here. This Raiden is going to be quite strong into the sledges, and hound, it is like one of the weaknesses here with the sort of kitchen sink, like throw all of these units together kind of thing. We do sell out of the Rhino over here. We don't need it because that Assault Marksman was sold, so yeah, YUBAN ends up only spending 150 for those flanks and is going to get all the rest of that money back. Meanwhile, I've got 200 on Rhinos. I've got these Phoenix here that also have EMP. The Rhinos had to be recruited at level 2 as well. It's an extra $100. So we just had a, you know, economy deficit there, and then that also puts us behind in our other techs, like our Hound tech. Oh, we do EMP this, but it stays alive just barely. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here that we could use. We go for the skip. This Saber was repurchased at level 2 and then got level 3 from that intensive. YUBAN's using intensive very well here. I'm gonna sell out of this Rhino, but then I've got a Nano that I'm not sure what I can do with. I guess we can put it on a Scorp. I want to try to delay this Raiden from shooting all my stuff. But because I have this crawler right up front here, and this is positioned in front of the tower, there's not really a position here I can pull too much. We're going to try it anyway, because it might expose the Raiden if this all goes back. But man, it's tough here. We go for some Mustangs at level 2. I think I end up selling out of the Marksman. I did maybe that earlier. Still have field recovery available. Do I sell anything? Looks like no. Okay, maybe a bit of a mistake there. Alright, so I'm hoping that these extra Mustangs can help deal with the Raiden. There's also, you know, possibility that sometimes, like, the opponent can just throw down, like, 3 more Raidens, click range, and, like, oh shit, that's, like, really, really bad. Our whole front line is gone now, though. These bubbles also doing very well. And we just can't deal with these Sabers. The side gun actually is being pretty helpful dealing with those hounds as well. And that's a ton of damage. Oof. How are we going to be able to stop this? We got a unit drop here. There's some options. Farseer maybe? Or Steel Ball. Yeah. So we go for a Steel Ball. Maybe I should have gone range? I don't know. We go for Mechanical Division. My thought was there's no mech rage or anything. Like, the chaff clear is not that great. And the Steel Ball, if we can get locks onto these Sabers, could be pretty good. We sell out here. I think we can put the nano on the Scorp maybe. I'm trying to Goomba Stomp some of this stuff. And here we go. We go for more we go for the tech on Hounds. Go for underground. We should theoretically have better chaff clear and better chaff now. But will it make a difference? These Hounds are very high level. These Sabers are very high level. What's our... We're only 1-1. YUBAN has 2-1. We do get that. Hey, where's our crawlers? We end up removing that? No. Where did my crawlers go? Looks like left side we're getting wrecked on though. Right side we're doing okay. Got the nano on this Scorpion. Or it looked like it. But I think there's just too much stuff here. Get the tower. Can we make a miracle happen? Not quite. These Farseers end up doing a lot of damage at the end of the rounds too. So a good unit to pick if you're trying to end the game. Because it adds a lot of damage there. And YUBAN takes game number 2 here. We just we spent too much money on stuff that we didn't really need. We really need to refocus here and figure out how to find a win, how to stay positive here. Yeah, very strong. This Saber, level 4 with the nano, very good. I think the Raiden pick here was good, and then I got completely, outmaneuvered with those assault marksmen. And I thought YUBAN was going to go like full in on some crazy nonsense on my flanks here with the assault mode stuff. I over responded to it and he sold out of it and I was just at a big deficit. I couldn't make it back. All right, let's go into game number 3. Here we go. The final game of the series here in the best of 3. And the packs that we've got, the only, I don't like playing with Fire Badger. So really what we got to work with here is the Tarantula pack. So hey, something other than Hounds. Oh my god. Marksman spec with Tarantula. I feel like it's like pretty good. We got the crawlers. And YUBAN goes for the fortified spec Mustang Hound. So in this case, we do not go up against Sabers, which is good. Because Tarantulas against Sabers obviously is not a great matchup, and Tarantula against Hounds and Mustang is quite good. So we might be able to out-tempo this game. However, YUBAN does have 5,400 HP, which is going to make it a bit difficult as well. We're not going to be able to get a quick win here. We're going to need to try to scale. And we cannot lose a round. I think we need to win every round. We need to get experience on our Tarantulas. And yeah, that's it. The goal, get experience on Tarantula. That's our win condition. We can win this game if we can get high level Tarantulas. We do have, Mech Rage, Range, HE, and I got Spider Mine for some reason. I don't know. I put it on, but I still haven't clicked that button yet. So this looks good here. We are safe behind our defensive wall. And our Tarantulas are just going to farm. This is great. This is exactly what we want. Fast forward a bit here. There we go. Marksman offers. We could actually have 2 orange men. Or we could go, Phantom Ray. We go for the Phantom Ray. I picked the Phantom Ray because we're up against Mustangs here. And I thought, well, maybe we can get our armor going and turn off these Mustangs. Looks like YUBAN. Actually, this is really cute. The energy absorption tech here I don't see very many people using this anymore. I don't think it's bad. I think it's actually a good tech. It's really good into arc light. That's for sure. In this case, it might help them stay alive longer. Like it does give extra HP and steals health. Maybe it's good against the tarantula. I'm not 100% sure. I know it's good against arc light. I'm not sure about tarantula. I'm going to try to pay attention here. Nice wall of units going down here as well, and there is some flank action happening here. Not flank, but crawlers on the line. So, let's see here. They're doing pretty good. Can it shoot them? No. Okay, well, I guess it didn't matter in that case. In a mirror, obviously the void is going to be better here with the tech. But yeah, we do have +1 on the fortify, so we are safe against those crawlers. And we're going to pick up round number 2. Orange man stays alive. All right, we've got some juicy cards here. We got Rhino and Underground offered. Mass produce Overlord or Wasp is also an idea. But we end up going for the Underground threat. My thought with that is the Underground threat can stop the Rhino assault or slow it down enough. It can also obviously trade with the same one. So I feel like of the two, this one is better in this case. And we're going to use it defensively. You saw I was thinking about putting it here, but we're going to use it defensively. It's going to slow down this Rhino. Maybe even kill it. We'll see. And this helps also because we had some crawlers coming in here. So we're a bit light on this side. Get a level on this Phantom Ray, which is very, very good. So look, that Rhino is completely stalled. There's a missile out of here as well. And it looks like the Rays, they don't even have armor, but they're tanking those Mustangs quite well still. And the marksman killed 2 of them, but then ends up going down. So really good positioning on that Phantom Ray. Marksman stays alive as well. Boom, headshot on that Rhino. Gonna take up another round win here. So now we've got YUBAN down to a more reasonable level, 3,500. Super supply is offered. We go for that, round 4, definitely. We do get a level on our tarantula. I'm gonna pick that up right away. I leveled my void eyes, but is that what we want? Looks like YUBAN's going to try putting some pressure on the left side here. And we're going to keep building out our line of tarantulas. But being that there's already crawlers here, I think we're going to move this guy over. Yeah, I'm just sort of like measuring a bit. It's going to be a flank on the right side. It's going to end up pulling some of the Phantom Rays. Now we should be pretty safe on this side. And we're looking good here too, so... all in all, this is not too bad right now. The only thing kind of scary, I guess, is the Orange Man, but he hasn't been able to get the damage done that he needs to be done. $50 here. Do we want a missile or anything? Save? Oh, we save. Trying not to make the same mistakes as last game where I spent money kind of needlessly. Oh, actually, these crawlers just got leveled. Now they're just going to deliver experience to my tarantula here. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you. And in the middle... Looks like our stuff is dead now. But, I mean, our tarantula is behind this wall. We still have these wall kind of helping out a little bit. Orange man goes down. So that flank didn't end up doing enough. I mean, it did pull a couple of these rays. So it exposed one of our rays. But it seems like that's okay. Reinforcements here. Badger, Phoenix, Wraith, Raiden. Huh. None of these are like super great. But I think we can go, if I remember right, I think we can go for the Wraith here. We can start to put some pressure, yeah, on the left side. So we've been kind of defending this whole time. And YUBAN goes for the fortress here, an immediate anti-air click. I actually messaged him after the game because I was like, whoa, that was a play. He thought that for sure I was going to click the Phoenix here, which is a gamble. It's not the worst gamble because the Phoenix and Tarantula are actually a very strong combination, and normally that's something that I would pick up. The only reason why I didn't was because I've got a level 2 Phantom Ray, so I've already got something in the air. And I was thinking if I want to do air stuff, I'm probably going to be clicking armor and getting a couple of these level 2 Phantom Rays, like a couple more level 2 Phantom Rays, instead of going for the Phoenix. Because they do enough damage too as well. So this is probably not going to work here. And we've also got that Wraith on the left side. This is something I stole from Cast, who did it to me in Mag 1 a bunch of times. So we just sort of push the Wraith through here. Actually, he does it a bit differently. I might need to copy it a bit differently. You notice he puts it like about 5 tiles back and clicks range on it and then goes this way and then over. The range helps, but I also like, man, it feels bad if it gets shut down right away and you've clicked range. It's like another 300 because I may even sell this, you know? But it does amazing this round. We get that tower, good tower timing, and we're able to clear those fortresses, which are difficult to deal with. We actually don't have a lot of damage here. Intensive is offered. Shield airdrop as well. Maybe I should have gone intensive here, but I took the shield airdrop. This marksman was like our single target damage that turn, I think. I mean, the tarantulas did quite a bit too. But we're going to take this. I don't want to die right away to these fortresses. We're going to try to put some crawlers down, trying to distract them a bit. We're going to do a missile here, and we're actually end up keeping this Wraith. YUBAN goes for level 3 Fire Badger on the flank. The drop... Wait. Was that last round? When? No. Yeah, I guess it was. This warped in last round. I totally missed that. But yeah, we're actually defending it this turn. I guess I did see it. So Tarantula here at level 2, and then we keep this guy. We're going to beacon in. There's a level 2 fortress coming down here. That's actually a lot of HP. Almost 116,000 HP here. But we're going to try to go in again with this Wraith. And we're also going to try to pull something, you know, over to the side here so we can get in a bit easier. Looks like this is going to get missiled. So there is a lot of health on the board for YUBAN. Are we going to be able to get through it? We end up moving this over here. We're trying to protect this a bit. Here we go. Round starts. The AA not really doing very much. I mean, these Phantom Rays are getting split as well, so kind of works out for us. This Wraith also not dying to the AA. Getting in on that tower. It gets missed as well. Slow down. We cannot kill this fortress. But the tower is only level 1. If we can get the tower, which we do, now we can do damage here. We've got enough to clear these fortresses on the right and on the left side. It deals with that Tarantula. Fortress very good against Tarantula. It just one-taps them. Even if it's debuffed, it's crazy. But I think with this, we're going to have enough damage to end up winning the game here right now. There we go. And thankfully we do, because honestly, I don't want to play any more rounds against these fortresses. If they click, you know, range or launcher overload or whatever, any of the other techs, it's going to be very good. Even barrier, right? That's a lot of HP. We don't have a lot of damage on the board, right? We did not take those Phoenix on that Phoenix drop turn. We kept just our Phantom Ray. So our DPS is low, and we would have to find a way to deal with these another turn. So there we go. That's the series. We end up taking it 2-1 against YUBAN. So very well fought series. Good games. It's always fun playing against YUBAN. A great player. And like I said, check out his YouTube. I got a link down in the description below. Go say hi. That's it for today. We have some more videos coming out soon. We're going to have, we got Mag 1 on Saturday. So tune in on that Saturday morning. And we will have another match this week from this league, the Egophobic Club Mecha League. We're going to be up against Baller, I believe. So that should be a good game. And we've also got a bunch of replays that maybe I'll be able to go over at some point. There's a lot of people asking for help in the Mech Academy Discord. So I'm sorry if I haven't gotten to you yet. Maybe we can do a stream sometime this week, or we can go over them. I think that could be fun. And then I'll end up putting it up on YouTube afterwards. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you made it this far and you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. I would very much appreciate that. But as always, I hope you have a great day. Like, comment, all that stuff. Come join us in Discord if you want to say hi, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.